Okay, we're moving the predictions to be #21, #22. #22 is the 2NC Pentecost this year, counting from Tishri 3, which is, it normally counts from Tishri 2, but Tishri 3 this year because Tishri 2 was a weekly Sabbath, and First Fruits is the day directly after the Sabbath, which in this case is Tishri 1, the festival Sabbath, and then Tishri 2, the weekly Sabbath. So First Fruits is Tishri 3. And the Super Pentecostal pattern would require a fire sign on #21. So we think there's going to be one fire sign on #21, the second fire sign, and another one on #22, which is the third fire sign. But we've gone for #21-22 to be safe for both of them, or try and be safe at least. So that's November 22nd to the 24th. In other words, it's the Sabbath from Friday sunset November 22 to Sunday sunset November 24 in the UK and in the US is when we're predicting these signs. Now, the reason I got it wrong, we think, I can't do the sentence count correctly, and it came about in the 7th. And the attendant got to say, look, there's a small cloud like a man's palm arising from the sea. And I didn't count that it came about in the 7th, which is one time, which adds to the man's palm, which we took as 5, because it's actually, the Hebrew word is curved, which could mean the whole hand. It could just be the palm without the fingers, or it could be with the fingers. So 5 plus 1, and then the cloud rising from the sea is another 1. So that makes 7 rather than 6, and that came about in the 7th. So that will give you the 7th week of weeks having 7 things going on in it, which is the 7th day of the 7th week of weeks, which is #21, which is the normal Pentecost, but it isn't a Pentecost this year. So it's quite cute, really, from a technical geek, festival geek standpoint. And then the other two things that makes us think that we now have it right, apart from the fact that we've had it wrong so many times before, is that Jesus is teaching in the Sabbaths, and we've now moved, we have to move the whole chronology. We've moved Laodicea a month forward, the end of the second presence a month forward, beginning of the third presence a month forward. The time of distress now runs from #21 to #21, Day of Jehovah from #29, 2019 to #21, 2020, and we've moved the 3 Watchtower Passovers and the 3 Abrahamic Passovers a month forward. And the net result of all of that is that Laodicea didn't fall and lose its constant feature on Tishri 19, 2019, it lost it on #17, which means that Jesus' teaching in one of the synagogues only began on #18, and he's teaching in the Sabbaths, and the first 2 Sabbaths would be today, #21, and tomorrow, which is a festival Sabbath. And actually today is, yes, tomorrow's the festival Sabbath of Booths and the festival Sabbath of the 2NC Pentecost this year. So the woman bent double for 18 years with the spirit of prediction weakness. Actually, it says spirit of weakness, but it's prediction weakness. She is released probably #22 with the 3rd fire sign when she's nailed on both, but she starts to be released on #21, which is another Sabbath. But that's in the Sabbath he's teaching. So in other words, both of the Sabbaths is when she gets released, at #21 and #22. The other reason we think it's #21 is the time of distress begins #21 and runs for a year to #21, the absolute end of Adam escaping. Adam is killed. In other words, everybody who's not going to be a kingdom citizen, who hasn't migrated to Abraham, is going to be killed on 2020 #14 at the Passover. But it takes 7 days to escape from Adamic government structures to #21. That's why the time of distress does not run, as we initially thought, from 2019 #14 to 2020 #14. It runs from 2019 #21 to 2020 #21, and that is as far as we can push it. So basically it has to begin today. So there's got to be something that causes mega distress, which is a fire sign today. So that's one reason. The other reason is that Jesus says you'll be caught up in Thessalonians 4:16 and 17. You'll be caught up, 1 Thessalonians, to meet Jesus in the clouds, and in that way you'll always be with the Lord. And those clouds, we think, are the clouds of the 2nd and 3rd fire signs, and you're caught up to marry him at the 5th marriage, which is #22. So #22, the final marriage, when the 3rd Holy Spirit is completed, gets a wedding present from the dragon in the form of a 3rd fire sign. Okay, so that's it. The 2 fire signs we're predicting, #21, #22, 2019, which is November 22, Friday sunset, which has just passed in the UK, to Sunday sunset, November 24. Thank you.